Hey guys, this is the Auto Enthusiast, and today we're looking at the 2015 Hyundai Veloster Turbo. We're going to do an in-depth review, a startup, and a test drive. Stay tuned.
I just want to thank Alex and the staff down at Clay Hyundai out in Norwood, Mass. for providing us with this car to review today. It's a great dealership with a great group of people. Check out their dealer website in the description below. The 2015 Hyundai Veloster Turbo is definitely a sleeper on the market. Not that many people know about this car. It's a super practical, sporty turbo car it's really fun to drive. It has a 1.6 liter 4-cylinder turbocharged engine and gets 201 horsepower and 195 pounds per feet of torque. It has torque vectoring control and runs a 0 to 60 in 6.8 seconds. And it has a quarter mile of 15.5 seconds. It has 18-inch alloy chrome accent wheels. It doesn't have the classic Hyundai Smile. This is a 6-speed automatic, but you can get them in 6-speed manual transmission. It makes 24 miles to the gallon on the highway, or in the city, and 33 on the highway. Now it has a dual exhaust and great rear badging, but the dual exhaust is very unique with this car. You don't see it a lot, especially with this price with the price tag on this car. It's very they're very close together. They're centrally located, and I just really like them. It adds to the overall aggressive look of the car. Now with this Veloster, it was completely designed to be one of the most aggressive cars on the road, and I think it's the most aggressive car in the Hyundai lineup for all of their models. Everything about this car gives it a very specific personality, and it can still cater for both sexes, for any age of people. It has body lines, it's got the hood vents. Everything about this car is really just driver designed. It's designed to be the most attractive car out on the road. It has really nice headlights. Their LEDs, the side body lines, and the tight hubs. The car doesn't really have large hips. It's a very sleek car. Definitely with the red color, it's really attractive with the black interior. And here's the hood. You can see the vents. It's really it also, the vents don't protrude when you're looking at the car. Everything in this car, the body kit, makes it the most aggressive car on the out on the road, and I really like it. Now the black interior is fantastic, especially with the red outside. I really like it. It's got aggressive pedals. The interior is a lot like the Genesis Coupe. They've designed it to be very sporty and very driver-oriented. It's a rather high-quality interior. I was very surprised. I didn't expect that when I got into the car. The doors are pretty simple. It has a unique door handle, which I actually like. I like unique things. The gauges are really nice. Hyundai carries these things over car to car. They're very sporty, attractive, flashy, and the Veloster badging is nice. Also, with the gauges being carried over, they also carry over the steering wheel, and this is a nice leather-wrapped, sporty, very driver-oriented steering wheel. The controls are very easy to use. The plastic tinted black paddle shifters are great. Great reach for your fingers, very easy to use, quick shifting. I was very impressed with these. I'm impressed with all of Hyundai's paddle shifters. Now the actual center console is fantastic. It's got the top CD slot, which I really like. It's got a great screen, very flashy, very colorful, easy to use. The buttons are very simple, high quality. I was surprised. The push to start is in the center, very nice location, very similar to actually the exhaust in location of where the car is, and I actually like that. The actual shifter knob is quite nice, feels high quality. Cup holders are small, and there's a space right in front of the shifter knob that I really like. Overall, space in the car is great. The side doors have like cup holders, tons of space. So I was really surprised. And the glove compartment is pretty large. It doesn't have any like CD changers in there, but can fit your essential things that you would put in a glove compartment. Now there is this space that I was talking about earlier. I really like this. There's a ton of things that you could put in there. I don't know exactly what I would put in there, but you could fit a ton of stuff in there. Now the armrest compartment has actually two compartments. That upper compartment that can have gum, stuff like that, smaller. It's only like an inch and a half deep. And then the actual compartment is huge. It's not that wide. It's a little narrow, but it's really deep. Very useful. There's tons of space in the overall car. The seats are great. There's a two-tone leather. It's an aerated leather. The turbo badge in the middle. The white outlining on the sides. I really like the seats. They're super attractive. They make you feel like you're in a sports car. They aren't power, but I actually prefer not to have power. I just feel more connected with the car. And that turbo badging really makes it an overall nice car. Now this is the third door. It's actually pretty well hidden. It doesn't make you think there is a third door. My cameraman Gustavo, as you can see, didn't actually think the door handle was there. He thought you could only open it from the inside. But it is nice. It's a little bit narrow. It's hard to get into the car from that door. But the back seats are huge. It's the nicest feature about this. Well, it's one of the nicest features about this car. Absolutely huge. Adds to the practicality of this sports car. They're very comfortable. They're kind of buckety seats. And especially with such large back seats, the trunk is massive. And you can actually put the seats down, which again is a nice function. It's a very practical car. So sitting in the interior, it's actually really nice. I'm very impressed with this car. Hyundai's done a really nice job making this a very driver-oriented car. I really feel like I'm in a sporty car. It's with the paddle shifters, the pedals, the very attractive, flashy, sporty gauges, the kind of protruding center console, the overall layout, the space by the shifter. The seats are fantastic. The two-tone leather, the turbo. I just feel like I'm in a very like driver-oriented, sporty, like almost like just a Asian turbo. You know, it's fantastic, and it's a very comfortable car. It's very spacious. From the outside, it looks kind of small, and sitting in here, it's huge. The back seat is great. The visibility is great. I'm very impressed with Hyundai and what they've done with this car. Now the overall drive is it's rough. It's not really rough, but it's definitely not refined, and I think that was done intentionally, which I actually really like. You know, I'm in the turbo model, and you're supposed to feel attached to the road, and I do, and it's really nice. Especially if you need something that's larger than, let's say, the Genesis Coupe, and you want to go with a turbo Veloster, you're definitely getting that feel of driving it. The very responsive and almost tight suspension is just really nice, and it really makes me feel like I'm in a sports car. It's just really nice. So the turning is great. It's really like a go-kart. It feels a lot like the Minis. Very responsive. There is a little body sway. There is kind of a little lag. But overall, it's pretty nice. It's like what you'd expect in a sports tuned suspension. Now the paddle shifters are pretty nice. They're really responsive. When you do it, it's quite quick. The shift is quite quick, and actually they're one of the best that I've ever seen. And it's really nice to see it in an affordable Hyundai. They're plastic, but they're tinted black, which is actually really attractive and not what I expected, and gives it an overall really sporty feel, especially with the responsiveness. I'm really surprised. I'm really shocked. Usually I wouldn't like spend so much time talking about it, but I'm really shocked. And the pickup is pretty good. I think the pickup is like, it feels the same as a 2-liter turbo Genesis Coupe. It's great. If you're gonna get this car, there's no hindrance in the actual performance in it. Certainly don't take it around a track. But for a car that's got a hatchback, 3 doors, tons of space in the back, a sports tuned suspension, this is a fun car to drive. It's like a go-kart. It's got the pickup of a go-kart. It's got 201 horsepower, and with such a light car, you really feel that horsepower. I'm very surprised. This is definitely not what I expected. The feel of the pedals they're a little soft, which I've noticed. There is a lot of low-end torque with this car, but to like actually engage the car and going forward, engaging the gear, you gotta push the pedal just a little bit further than what I would have expected, which isn't a bad thing. It's just a little different. Now the braking is really nice. It's very responsive. It feels a lot like the Genesis coupes. I really like it. I've just have great things to say about it. All right, so I have this in sports mode, and we're gonna do one more thing of pickup here and see what this thing has to offer. Yeah, this thing has great pickup. I'm surprised, shocked. This is fantastic. This is not what I expected. And the sound of the car when you hit the gas I am so surprised. I knew it had a turbo. I knew it was supposed to be fun to drive, but I could never have imagined it would be like this. It's just the sound, it's low, it's aggressive. It's just a fantastic acceleration experience. And anyone around you that can hear that, I think it would be something that is a wower, you know? And especially, this is a sleeper. Not that many people are gonna think Veloster when they're thinking about turbos, especially with Hyundai. You know, Hyundai has a bunch of sleepers that people don't associate with being really performance cars. And this is definitely something that I'm sure you can tune and mod, and it would be a really nice drive. And if you really can't if you really can't house a coupe, this is the way to go. Thanks for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. Definitely leave comments and questions below. Let me know what your experience has been with this car.